Welcome to the Selling in the Motor Trade podcast, in association with Simco Training. This is the weekly podcast where we share best practice, tips and ideas on how to sell more cars, improve your service department, and generally put more profit into your dealership or dealer group. I'm your host, Simon Bowkett. Now, some of you probably already know me as Skippy. I would start by saying thank you for taking the time to listen to this podcast. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Selling in the Motor Trade. Listen, last episode, we talked about some of the words we should avoid and what we should say instead. And we just got a really good reaction from it, actually. Yes, there was a little free ebook. If you want that, go back and have a look at the episode first. And also just send us an email. Send it to me direct if you want, Simon at Simco Training, or office at Simco Training. You'll get that quicker. And just ask for a copy of the ebook on words that you should use, okay? And we'll get that through for your team. But let's continue on that theme just because we had such a good reaction from it. So here's some of the words that we should avoid and what you could say instead of. Now, the first one is, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you, Mr. Customer. That's a great price for your car. I'll be honest with you. That's the best interest rate we could do. Now, you may have heard this before, but just don't say to someone, I'll be honest with you. It almost implies everything you said up to that point was a lie. Okay, so just stop saying, I'll be honest with you. Just take it straight out of your vocabulary. Cheap. Okay, let's avoid the word cheap and say, hey, listen, this is more cost effective. It's more affordable. And Mr. Customer, let me just get the contract. The word contract, almost in the customer's mind, they might go into, let's not look at a contract. Let's not sign a contract. Let's just call it an agreement, okay? Let me just go and get the agreement with you. Contract can be binding and legal things come into mind, whereas an agreement is just what we're going to agree with, okay? And Mr. Customer, we've got a problem with the delivery date on your car. Problem, straight away, yeah, what's the problem? It's got a negative connotation. So, hey, listen, we've got a challenge, okay? We've got a bit of a challenge of when we can get the car for you, okay? Some people say an opportunity. If there is an opportunity, okay, great, let's find out what that is. And Mr. Customer, if we can get to that deal, okay, will you buy the car? Okay, we talked about last time, people like to own, not buy, but also acquire you could use, okay? Should we acquire that? Again, last time I said don't sign, okay? Let's okay it there. Now you might say approve it here or authorize it, something like that. Cost, I'm not sure how I feel about this one, but some people say don't talk about the cost of that car is going to be such and such. The investment is going to be such and such, okay? If it is an investment. I'm not sure about that one, but you might want to do that. Okay. By the way, Mr. Customer, sorry, I'm running late. Okay. Yeah, you're running late. You almost apologize there. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, sorry, I'm running behind schedule. Okay. Can I push that back because I'm just running a bit behind schedule? Schedule means that you're professional. You run to a schedule. Running late just means that you're, I don't know, you haven't got something right. Oh, and by the way, something else. We're talking about words here because words that work and different ones you might try. I have a bit of a pet hate. And it's this one. When I'm dealing with trying to buy a car myself, dealing with an estate agent, trying to sell a place or buy a place, in fact, I'm trying to sell a property in Australia at the moment. And I spoke to an estate agent. I live in the UK, so I'm halfway around the world. And 2, maybe 3 times now, he's agreed to phone me or WhatsApp me, okay, at a certain time of the morning. Because of the time zones, okay, it's sort of 6:30, 7:30 in the morning. 3 times now I've been up waiting for his call, his WhatsApp message or whatever about just having a look at these. Well, there's 2 properties I'm looking at selling. Okay, look at these properties, give me an idea of the market value of them. And he's just not done it. It's so frustrating. In fact, when I did speak to him, I could only get him to speak to me by speaking to someone else in his office, asking about, do I want to increase the lease I have on these 2 properties? I said, well, actually, I've been speaking to your boss about maybe wanting to sell them. That's the only time he contacted me. But again, Did he apologize? Did he say, I'm really sorry about that? Did he not just say, because, hey, listen, we're all human. I forget all the time. What he should have said, so I'm really sorry about that. I forgot to call you Thursday morning when I said I would. Okay. But no, there was always an excuse. 2 times now, there's been an excuse. Okay. Oh, yes, the number that was given to me was not the right number there. The one you called me on now. Okay. And it's just bollocks. What's wrong with just saying to a customer? Now, firstly, of course, try not to make the mistake, but aren't we all human? And just turn around and say, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I'm not going to give you an excuse. I just forgot all about it. What happens to that trust then? Okay. Now, I think you can only get away with that once. Okay. If you keep forgetting, they might think, hold on, let me get someone else. But please just don't go to bollocks bullshit straight away. Just say, hey, listen, I got that wrong. Sorry, I made a mistake. My respect for you as a salesperson has gone through the roof. I think most customers' respect goes through the roof. Okay. Used car. Instead of saying a used car, you might say pre-owned. Johnny Starr, I started working with years ago. He said, my pre-loved cars. He said that half tongue in cheek, actually, but he did say that. Okay. What else have we got here? Oh, by the way, here's another pet hate of mine. Okay. Deal. If we get that number, can we have a deal? Or people put it in the trial close. If we get the numbers right, can we have a deal today on that? People don't like to feel like they've been dealt. So when it comes to your trial close question, okay, your pre-close question, your test close, this is where we as car salespeople just want to make sure the car is right before we talk about the numbers. Don't say, if you get the numbers right, will you buy it today? Okay, think that through. If we get the numbers right, implies your numbers might not be right to start with. Will you buy it today? Or can we have a deal today? Let's just change that wording around. If everything stacks up right, implies the numbers, but doesn't say it. If everything stacks up right, is this the car you'd like to be driving in the next 2 or 3 years? Or is this the car you'd like to own? Or is this the car you'd like to go ahead with it? Own, go ahead with. Okay. People like to own things. Is that the car you love to secure? Okay. People like security. Guys, this list of words you should use and shouldn't use, it could be endless. It can go on and on and on. And there's almost too many of them. Okay. But go and try some of these things. Okay. Have a listen to the episode we did last week as well. Okay. And see how that can help your whole sales process. We'll see you next time. That just leaves me to say that all details of this episode and other episodes on the selling in the motor trade can be found on our website, simcotraining.co.uk. Go there to get a copy of our book, Words That Sell Cars. Go there to sign up to a free trial of our Sales Fitness online sales training program. Easiest way to get hold of me is Simon Bowkett through LinkedIn. Thank you.